Alright, so on to question number 14. And this chart is for questions 14 and 15, but I thought I'd draw it out beforehand just to save some time. So question 14 says, what is the average number of students enrolled per section in Algebra 1? So it just wants to know the average students per section in Algebra 1. We look to the chart, we see this is Algebra 1 right here. We see that there are three sections, A, B, and C, and each section has a certain amount of students. So section A has 24 students, section B has 25 students, and section C has 29 students. And if you remember from an earlier video, to find the average, we just add up the given quantities and divide by the pieces of information you have. So we have 1, 2, and 3. So we divide by 3, and that is equal to 24 plus 25 is equal to 49 plus 29 is 78 divided by 3 is equal to 26 students. And that is the answer for question 14. And 15 deals with this chart as well. It says, school owns 2 classroom sets of 30 calculators each, which students are required to have during their mathematics class. As you can see, these are all mathematics classes. There are 2 calculators from one set and 6 calculators from the other set that are not available for use by the students because these calculators are being repaired. For which of the following class periods, if any, are there not enough calculators available for each student to use a school-owned calculator without having to share? Okay, so this is pretty wordy, but it's not that bad when you dissect it. So it says the school has 2 sets of calculators, and each set has 30 calculators. So all in all, if we just multiply these together, then we can find out the total amount of calculators the school has, and that's just 60 calculators. 60 calculators per period. But it says there are 2 calculators missing from one set, and 6 calculators missing from another set. So we're down to 58 calculators, and then we're down to 52 calculators. And it wants to know, can each student in a period have their own calculator? So all we have to do is see if there are more than 52 students in a given period, because then not each student would have their own calculator. So we'll start with period 1, which is right here. And there's only one period 1 class, and it only has 21 students. So each student would be able to have one calculator. So period 1 is out. We'll go on to period 2. Period 2 has 24 students and 22 students. So that's only 46 students. So there would still be 6 calculators left over. We'll go on to period 3, which is 25 students and 25 students and 23 students, which is just 48 students. So there would still be 4 calculators left over. So periods 1, 2, and 3 would all have enough calculators. Now we'll go on to period 4. Period 4, which is 29 students and 28 students, which is 57 students. 57 students. So as you can see, for each student to have one calculator, there would need to be at least 57 calculators. But as you can see, we only have 52 calculators. So period 4 is out. Each student cannot have a calculator in period 4. And even though period 6 isn't one of the options, neither was period 1 actually, we can see that it only has 19 students, so there would be enough calculators. So the answer for this is, you have to be careful too. It says which period is there not enough students or calculators for. So for question number 15, the only period that has more than 52 students is period 4.